You are watching Xirtus.
Reincarnation is not so it's not so clean. Like, it's not like maybe a cool movie would make it seem where, you know, you look the same every lifetime. Keanu Reeves is either a vampire or reincarnated or something. And we know because they look the same. It's not exactly that way. And in fact, like, for for some people or practitioners that have experiences where they think they're some great reincarnated master or something, um, you know, one, they're probably not. Two, it doesn't mean that they didn't have some sort of memory or sensation uh,
Stop
regarding.
gaslighting me. I'm clearly Cleopatra. Like, we all know it's
I
okay.
literally had a girlfriend who thought she was Cleopatra. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Bro,
That's
we're all
because
Cleopatra. We're all Cleopatra.
it's funny because Crowley
I
talks
was
about
Akhenaten, apparently.
so Crowley talks about this in Magic Without Tears, and he specifically uses the example of Cleopatra to the person he's writing to, who we're supposed to not know who it is, but I think it was Jane Wolfe, but it was either Jane Wolfe or Jean Foster. I think it was Jane Wolfe, but so he says, like, like, oh, how great, I must have been Cleopatra and all this stuff. So there must be like droves of women that wished they were Cleopatra. But let's say somebody does have some sort of memory of Cleopatra. What's more likely is that they were probably either close, or I don't know if Cleopatra taught or anything, but they'd be like a disciple of them, you know. And
I
then
think there's a lot of delusion. There's so much self-delusion. That's part of the sickness, is actually you got to overcome that, thinking that I'm such a special. Like, everyone has to discover what's special about them. We don't like, or do something special. Don't just think you're special. Do something special.
yeah,
You always like want this free stuff with like the 80s. It's like get a coupon, like come to Pizza Hut. It's happy hour. We're gonna get like extra slices here.
But at the very beginning, so or like soul is Atman. Would you say like
Oh, okay. No, I can just tell you what the technical stuff is. So
yeah, like was
basically,
it created or does it
it
always have?
is it is in a state of what's called avidya, means ignorance. And that, so avidya, ignorance, has no beginning. So that is called anadi. So everywhere you look in the Vedic scriptures, you're going to see, and scriptures in pursuance of the Vedic version, like the Shastras, like Dharma Shastra, etc., you're going to see that the Atman has avidya, which is anadi. It is adi means beginning, anadi means no beginning. So the avidya means ignorance, not vidya. It's really funny. Remember, there's that like shampoo. Remember that like fancy shampoo that all the girls wanted, a Veda, and they're saying, "Oh, it comes from the Vedas." I'm sorry if there's any, like, if you have any people who work for a Veda on here, but the word Aveda would literally mean ignorance. Like, you named your shampoo company Ignorance, and you were claiming to follow the Veda, and you made it Aveda, like not Veda. Anyway, so avidya, ignorance, has no beginning, but it has an end. So it's sa anta. So avidya is anadi, no beginning. It has an end, sa anta. Whereas vidya, or knowledge, has a beginning. That is called, it is sa'adi, but it has no end. That is ananta. So liberation has no end, but our ignorance has no beginning. So that's been further analyzed in various tantric or pancharatric scriptures, that the ignorance that we experienced in an immemorial time is essentially we were merged in the body of God in Laya. So Laya is like a latent state being merged as a potency, right? So in the Vedic perspective, the omnipotent has potency, and this kind of addresses the polytheistic question, is that the potencies are actually people, or like living entities that are serving the omnipotent, because the omnipotent is so attractive. So they automatically are like giving their hearts to the all potent one, right? So we are Shakti, or potency. Like, the living entity is described in the Bhagavad Gita as Anya Prakriti, another type of Prakriti. Prakriti again here means I don't know, like a matter. It's not a matter, but like a substance. A Prakriti usually means material nature, but the living entity is another substance. It's not God. It's a substance sort of between matter and spirit, but it's its own specific Shakti. and that it has essentially no beginning and no end, right? So it's eternal, but the idea of eternal again deals with time. So we're
are there only
outside
3?
of time, like before causation, you're existing before. You're not like involved in the causal process.
We gotta stop for a second because I want to keep going.
Is that too
but
much?
no, well, okay,
Yeah.
but there's 3. Are there 3? Yeah, it is. But like, are there 3 levels then? There's like spirit and then matter, and you're saying prakriti?
Generally, there's like a general category. Well, they say earth. Earth is like earth, water, and fire. So like fire is God, water is like the living entity, and earth is like the material nature.
3 is interesting because like that's a like LDS thing, right? Like terrestrial, and celestial.
Right. So
Is that
yeah,
the,
so
you're saying the 3 planes?
yeah, you also see that in the Vedas. You'll see like what is Bhautika or Bhumika, and then you see what is Antariksha, and then you see what is Daivam, in the DV in the sky, right?
Oh,
so it's
okay.
like living entities of like the 3 categories. But like you could be, like we're terrestrially bound here, but yeah.
You're not saying the heavens, right?
Well, the heavens would be there's different levels of the heavens, of course, but like you want to get like really old with the 3, you're talking about like the solar orb, which is like the heaven, and then you're talking about like an intermediate space of like ghosts and like fairies and stuff, and then you have like your terrestrial beings here, so they have the Bhuvar and Swa, right? Swa is like the heaven or the self, or the ultimate self, or like the solar deity like Vishnu, right?
Thanks, John, for the 10. 2 great guests for sure. This is really interesting. I'm learning. Thanks, y'all.
But yeah, basically in the Vedic thing, soul no beginning, it's merged, which is called Laya. It's merged into Vishnu, right? It's ejected due to the desire of Vishnu, born from tapas, which is heat, which is another actually. So Vishnu's desire is tapas, like his fiery. So it's kind of like the seminal principle. Like the seminal principle is like burning. It wants to like go outward. So again, Brahman is moving outward. It's expanding. It's like a fiery like energy. So one of the ways that people do practice is to like restrain their energy, and that like builds up like a heat. So you're like going through austerity or tapas, But yeah, so through tapas, Bhagawan or Ishwara creates, the Brahman becomes many, right?
So you're saying, go ahead, sorry.
That's it. I'm just saying it has no beginning, it has no end, but ignorance has no beginning, but it has an end. Knowledge has a beginning, but has no end. That's what I'm saying.
And so this is happening outside, and
that's happening within the Atman,
which is outside.
We're like in a cauldron of souls here, essentially.
A shining spot. As you step in, you got humor in heart. From the start of your career, you played each part. In a merry people, your performance was grand.